Bitcoin Private. What was once the most anticipated fork of 2018 has all but crumbled, with losing over 65% of its value. Who is responsible?
Okay, you guys are gonna want to hear this. This is gonna be an easy money made this month. Bitcoin Private is a fork that's going to...
What are they doing now?
That has gotten in so far, but I am telling you, now at $36, this is a very good buy. Especially since it touched already 90 something dollars. In a week, this is going to be above $100. So buy and hold on the ref token. Now,
So what could possibly be next for BTCP? Will Binance or even Coinbase resurrect Bitcoin Private from the grave? These are the questions that we have to ask today. So join me on Bitcoin Private. What is next? The Z Classic and Bitcoin Private fork was announced in late December. At the time, Z Classic was trading at around $4 to $5 with. After the announcement, within 2 weeks, Z Classic saw new all-time highs, reaching upwards of $205 a token. It even managed to stay above $80 a token during the huge pullback that we saw. However, very briefly, it went down to $60 before bouncing back up to $195. Now, a lot of investors had purchased Z Classic between $80 and $200 in anticipation of receiving this new privacy coin branded as Bitcoin Private. Now, the snapshot was taken on February 28th. So what this means is they took a snapshot of the entire blockchain of Z Classic, and it showed which address contained which Z Classics so they could distribute the Bitcoin Private tokens. The mainnet was launched on March 3rd. Now, after the snapshot on February 28th, the price of Z Classic plummeted. If I can recall, it was at around $80 on Cryptopia before plummeting all the way down to $20. By the time most of my Z Classics got to the exchange, the price was hovering at around $13, and I sold at $13. And when the next batch came thereafter, because Cryptopia's deposits were so backlogged and so clogged up, it actually took almost 4 hours. But when the second batch did arrive, the price had gone up, and I sold the rest for $14. And I know there are a lot of other investors that are also in this place that lost a ton of money on Z Classic. However, this was anticipated. We did expect the price to go down. The official Bitcoin Private website lists 34 team members. This project was spearheaded by a man known as Rhett. Was the creator of Z Classic, a high school dropout, and someone who is very involved in the Bitcoin community. Over 28,000 Z Classics were donated towards this project by people like you and me. This had a value of over $5 million. Now, a lot of people are wondering, was this money cashed out, or are they still hodling these 28,000 Z Classics with a value of now roughly $150,000? Well, some users on Reddit believe that they did sell these 28,000 Z Classics at the all-time high. However, I wasn't able to confirm this. But my question is, why wasn't this money used to get on a large exchange such as Binance or KuCoin? KuCoin even managed to tweet out a message stating that Bitcoin Private developers had not even submitted an application, and they had a lot of time to do this. Another question that has been on my mind is why hasn't CoinMarketCap listed BTCP so it gets that added exposure and adds a lot of awareness to using privacy coins? Well, part of this, their excuse is that the amount of BTCP that was claimed, they cannot verify that. However, I think this is false. By now, I would estimate at least 80% of people have claimed their BTCP. So for that reason, I give my advertising dollars to livecoinwatch.com. LiveCoinWatch lists the price and the rank and the circulating amount of BTCP. So why has BTCP gone so much down in value? There's a lot of interesting theories circulating right now. This guy...
Everything in life has its reason. And I am so excited right now to tell you that I bless those people. I really thank them from the bottom of my heart. All of those
Carlos Matos believes that George Soros is manipulating the market. That Twitter account, however, I must tell you, is a meme account. It's not the actual Carlos Matos. So, at this point, I would not expect a listing from KuCoin or Binance in the coming months. However, is Coinbase still a possibility? Can Coinbase resurrect Bitcoin private and open up the exposure to new cryptocurrency users? Well, here's one thing to consider. It took Coinbase almost 5 months to get Bitcoin Cash listed on their platforms. And that's a whole nother element. However, with Bitcoin private being a privacy coin, there is a slim chance of this happening because it is a privacy coin. Just recently, Coinbase announced over 13,000 of their customers that they will be releasing their tax information to the IRS. So this is one thing to keep in mind as well. On April 5th, Coinbase announced that it would support withdrawals of Bitcoin forks in the coming months. Now, my question is, will this include BTCP? Will everyone who held Bitcoin on Coinbase at the time be rewarded BTCP? Well, in the announcement, they stated that no specific forks were stated at this time, and they were still kind of deciding how they're going to go about this. However, in my opinion, I think that this was referring to Bitcoin forks in the future. However, I could be wrong. Now, there's one last element to remember, and this is the fact that Coinbase did not support the BTCP fork. So what this means is that all the Bitcoins that Coinbase had on their exchange, the users were not credited with Bitcoin private tokens. So Coinbase is obviously sitting on a very nice stack of Bitcoin private. Now, do you really think that Coinbase is unloading all of these BTCPs on tradesatoshi.com for $13 a pop? No, they're not. It is in Coinbase's best interest to hold these BTCPs and announce it just out of nowhere, similarly to like they did with Bitcoin Cash, and sell these BTCPs for a very nice return. Now, I could be wrong. I don't have a crystal ball. I can't see the future. I don't know if Coinbase will really list Bitcoin private. There's obviously a lot of things that are holding this back, such as the privacy element, and I will go more in depth into how the technology and the code works with BTCP in another video. But for right now, if we look at the facts, we do know that there are a lot of exchanges that did not support this fork, such as Bittrex, Coinbase, Cryptopia. So these exchanges do have a lot of BTCP, and in my opinion, I don't think that they are unloading them for the price that it is right now. I think it's in their best interest to keep the prices very low and out of nowhere announce it and go on a huge campaign and I think the price will see a nice jump at that point. But if you are still holding Bitcoin privates like I am, you will know that this is a long-term hold. In the future, there is a lot of things to come. This isn't something that just happens overnight. A lot of things need to be implemented before we see some progress with Bitcoin private. So the best thing we need to do at this point as hodlers of Bitcoin private is urge the developers to get on a large exchange, hire a marketing team, and really spread awareness of why we need privacy tokens in the cryptocurrency sphere. I'm still hodling with you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I will talk to you guys on Sunday. Bye-bye. Till the nighttime blazes on. All along I keep singing my song. I say